Hey, what's up? Wix here again. Welcome back to the channel. In this episode, we are going to be swapping over the Synchros to my 6-speed transmission. Let's go. Hey team, welcome back to the channel. So originally I was going to do my own tutorial about how to tear down the 6-speed transmission, but just going over all my footage I didn't quite capture enough. So what I've done is I've just done a bit of a time lapse to show you the main bits and pieces that comes apart when you're pulling these gearboxes apart. What I'll do though is I'll put a few links in the description about a few tutorials that I did find on YouTube that really assisted me in telling me everything that I needed to do, and they were especially a couple of videos, they were quite awesome. So as long as you're following this, if you're thinking of giving this a go yourself, as long as you're following these videos, you should be right. So the main bits that you need to pull off on the outside is just the big brace that's underneath the gearbox, and then obviously the gear stuff, the gear shaft itself, not the gear shift, the shifter that's on the back of the gearbox. Basically the gearbox is made up of 3 parts. You've got the back end, the middle section, and then the front section, which is where your front axles slide into. So at the moment you can see me, I'm pulling off the back end. Inside this part here, you've got a few bits and pieces that you need to take off, as well as the oil pump as well. After that, you can take off this little cover that you can see me removing now, and that'll just help you see in the inside. It's really helpful for when you put the gearbox back together. But otherwise, in the middle section, as you can see there, this is where the main gears are kept. There's a few bits and pieces that you pull off that, and then basically you can, with a little bit of persuasion, you can finally slide the gears right off your gearbox, and that's about it in pulling down a 6-speed transmission. Alright, so that's what you end up being left with. I could take this off, and then I'd see the front diff. I'm nervous enough as it is, so I'm not going to bother with that. I will, however, give it a good clean up though. There's still got oil in there, so I'll get rid of all that and get it ready to put back together. So that's that bit. So let's take a look at the gears. This is what I'm taking down to the shop. This one and that one. So if I look at some of these Synchros, quite a lot of them are rounded, even on the teeth here. So I'll need to look at the new Synchros that I've got, and hopefully they're swapping all of them. Yeah, 4. So it's these ones here. It's this one here that was pretty bad. I'm pretty certain, looking at them. Anyway, these are the shafts that I need to get down to the shop. I get them back, and then hopefully I can just reverse everything and put it back together. That's the plan. So I'll get these, have a good clean up, get these down to the shop, and then yeah, we'll see what happens when we get them back. So I'm just about to take these gear shafts down to the shop. I'm not sure if he needs both, but I'll take both anyway, and I'll let him tell me if he needs one or both of them. But I thought I'll just show you the Synchros that I'm going to put in there. So that's the part number from IAG, and this is what you get. So just reading the brochure here, says these 3 here includes first, second and third gear brass synchronizer, as well as 4th, 5th and 6th gear carbon face brass bulk rings. These will look very weird to me. I was expecting something a little bit different, maybe a little bit more, but so I'm guessing that's 1st to 3rd of the brass synchronizers, and then these ones are carbon face bulk rings.
carbon faced brass bulk rings. Geez, that's a lot to say. Anyway, that's the set you get from IAG, so I'll take these down to the shop and yeah, hopefully he can swap them over with no issues at all. Right, so upon editing my video I've realised that I've lost a bit of footage of getting the gear shafts back, so I'll just quickly explain what we ended up doing to them. So we ended up replacing all the Synchros. That went really smooth, but upon taking the gear shafts down and pulling them apart, the boys noticed that my fourth gear was a little bit stuffed as well, so made a decision to order a new fourth gear. That didn't take too long to get in, about a week. So they quickly slapped that back in as well as the Synchros, and they gave the gear shafts back to me, and it was ready to put back in the gearbox. So this is the team that helped me out, Global Automatics. Now I can't remember the boys' names, but there's two guys down there. One is the owner and one is the worker out the back. Really awesome bunch of guys. They're the only team that were willing to help me out in terms of me attempting and doing or pulling my own transmission apart. They were willing to help me out and do the stuff that I couldn't do, which was swap the Synchros over, pull the gears off the shaft, because you need a hydraulic jack and stuff to do that. Most of the other shops here in Perth, they really want the gearbox complete, and they will tear it down themselves and put it back together themselves, which can be quite costly, but I guess that has a lot of warranty that comes with it. So a lot of high risk if you are doing that yourself. I was quietly confident I could do it. I gave it a go, and as long as I followed these videos, and like I said at the start, I'll put the links to these videos in the description. They were really helpful. So as long as you're following these videos, as long as you don't lose any parts, if you can put parts in a bag and label them, that'll be even better. As long as you're doing that, it's actually quite straightforward. You can follow along with them. So the team at Global Automatics, located in Bibra Lake, are actually not badly priced either. I thought it might cost me a little more, so they're really awesome, and if I was to do it again, I'd be going straight back down there as well. So if you're thinking about doing it, give the boys a call. I'm sure they're willing to help you out. So shout out to the boys at Global Automatics. Cheers, guys. So that's it for this episode of tearing down the gearbox and fixing the gear shafts. Coming up next, I really need to start making a move on getting this front mount intercooler mounted up to the car. I'm not sure if it'll fit my front bumper, being a 4-inch or 100mm thick, but that's what's coming up next. So until then, we'll catch you in the next episode. Ciao.